Hello, Rebel GMan Division 5G. Welcome to your recap. We're back after a week's hiatus. As you can tell, McNugget has joined me.
Hello, 5G.
And we've got a couple of weeks to look at. We'll bush through them. We understand you're busy people, so we don't want to take over much time. It's been so busy, of course, that Sacrifice the Ninth have already played.
Yes. I hope I tipped them.
I hope you did too. Sacrifice the Ninth, speaking of played, week 6, 2-1 over the Destuco Dragons. Big result for them. Sacrifice the Ninth are just... They're storming the leaderboards, to be fair.
They are indeed. They are looking nigh unstoppable, some might say.
Drow you see
Theirs
me?
to lose. Yes,
Drow you see me? 3-2 over Gut and Run, another big result. Blazing Whiskers, 2-0 over the Rot Fiends. I'm going to just read the results really quick in case you can't read yourselves. I just wanted to get to Tyrion's Trial by Combat, pulling a 1-1
Speaking
draw.
of can't read for themselves, Hargrim's Tyrion Trial by Combat, 1-1.
And the TRBBL Tryhards took a 1-0 win, although I wanted to get to this real quick. That's why we've rushed through this. Unfortunately, Leganaderia Agapito, the team that I can't pronounce the name of, are no longer with us. Because the coach had certain issues with his laptop that he plays on, which was... He actually sent us a video.
He did. Of it on fire, basically.
of his screen dying. And he was like, guys, I'm really sorry. But hopefully he'll be back next season.
Yep.
Doesn't help you this season, but he has already been replaced by a ramp-up coach. So if you are now backing, I can't redo the competition. I'm sorry. So it's going to say Leganaderia Agapito on the tipping comp for the rest of the season. However...
Axler and the Removal Men, which is a Norse team, are a replacement.
We'll take
have a wee look into
in-depth look at where they're up to when we get there. But some big results here. Like, the Blazing Whiskers taking a 2-0. Dry taking a 3-2.
Yeah, the 3-2. I remember catching the end of that Zinjas game. I think it was basically 2-2, and it was a fumble by one of the rats, followed by Zinj just rolling all the dice.
That sounds exactly
to get the win. Yeah. So yes, and then obviously on week 7,
it was actually, I want to say as well, specifically wanted to call out some great sportsmanship from Mosh Ninja. He actually asked us if we could not admin this as a 1-0 win to him. He wanted it to be a draw because he didn't want his first win in the division to be from an admin win, which I think is pretty sportsmanlike.
Yes, that's very commendable. Yes.
Going into the next week, however, he actually pulled a 2-2 draw against Gut and Run, which is a massive result for the TRBBL tryhards. And I think, hopefully, with a couple of with that admin win into a 2-2 draw against Gut and Run, there's some development coming for them as well, which would be important.
Yeah.
Speaking of development, the Destuco Dragons pulled a 2-0 against the Rot Fiends. That's going to get you some SPP because touchdowns are nice.
Hopefully so, yes.
Tyrion's Trial by Combat and Drow Yusimu were a 0-0 draw, and someone has finally tried to put the brakes on Sacrifice the Ninth. Removal Men, this Norse team, as you were saying, who've come in as the ramp-up coach, went, hang on a minute, mate. Hang on a minute.
Having you.
You know what?
I'm having you.
You know what? We are the Removal Men. We are removing your win streak.
Yes. You're no longer... That is your your win season going out the window.
Yeah, your 13... The perfect season is now out the window. He can still do an undefeated season, though.
Yeah, but that's not as good as a perfect season, is it?
It's still really good. Like, let's not pretend it's still really good.
It's not as good, though. It's not as good.
And stuff from my fridge took a 1-1 against the Blade. Lots of draws this week.
I know.
4 draws in 5 games.
It's almost like they knew they weren't getting a recap, so didn't try.
Oh. And yeah, Sacrifice Tonight took a 3-0 against the Rot Fiends. They played early, so there'd be some extra development kicking on. But what does this do to the leaderboard? Well, Demure Nickel is as you said, he's nigh unstoppable now. It's 7-1-0 in 8 games. Yep. That's a really great spot. I mean, he has got a game in hand, so technically he's 6-1-0.
Yeah.
So he's not that far. Zinj isn't that far behind. But really, there's only Zinj and Hargrim in this race when it comes to actually stopping Demure. Unless Demure literally lets his mum play the second half of the season.
Possible. Or maybe Demure's mum has been playing the first half. But now they've got to play the second half.
No, but unless something like that goes down, I really don't see.
It's going to be very tough for somebody to catch.
That's the problem with lizards, right? Is they're at the worst when they have no skills. When they start winning like this, they get some skills, and then they're actually really hard to beat.
And then you've got to pray the Claw Mighty Blow come along and make them
And there's
extinct.
not a ton in this division, because there's Nurgle, and they take forever to get Claw Mighty Blow.
Yeah.
Zinj, like I said, doing still quite well. Tyrion's trial by combat.
Godzilla.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's up there in the competition. Axler inheriting not the worst record we've seen for a ramp-up coach, to be fair.
Nope. Definitely.
With he inherited a 3-0-3 record. So I think he's probably not sad about that.
And also came in taking a draw off the only undefeated coach in the league. So it'll be interesting to watch Axler's progress for the second half of the season.
I think he's definitely even with it's weird, isn't it? But even with just a draw, he's already marked himself as someone to be worried about.
Yes. And
then
we've got Rideable Llama and Ginger Wolf kind of just below them at 2-3-2 apiece.
Unfortunately, the Rock Fiends, Tim Pix is purely embracing the first season Nurgle experience.
It's what it is. You do just have to embrace it and go...
I've got to address that to Ginger Wolf as well, because I know he messaged me mid this week having a bit of a crisis, because...
is it the halfway through season 1, I hate Nurgle, I hate them, why do I ever do this?
Why the hell did I reroll from Khemri, which I was actually, winning with and doing well with and stuff. And honestly, trust me, season 2 is so much better.
Yes. Go and speak to, my god, he's going to kill me if I don't remember, Helgen, who we recapped last season.
And had a miserable first season, and is actually doing really well this season.
Yep. I think it was his last 2 games, he just murdered... Well, I remember it was the last 2 because one of those teams was mine. the second week before playoffs. He murdered and he's just went on strength to strength. So, give them like 11 games, and then you start seeing the Claw Mighty Blow and having fun.
Yeah, right. So let's look at the teams. Tyrion's trial by combat has learned his lesson and rolled his level ups. Apparently there's something on Metal loves I just love that, like, all of his play. Why has he got so many players? Like, what does he need?
Because this is why, right? Because he first of all bought one just in order to be able to say that he hates you, and then he wanted to call you a womble, and then he realised that he'd made a mistake and should have said that you love rat ogres instead. So
you know what, right?
I keep just telling him things that he needs to say to you, and he keeps just buying long beards to do it.
These Troll Slayers not doing great, but the Blitzers are doing quite nicely. Picking up a Mighty Blow on one and a Dodge on one.
Yes.
I don't like both runners having block. I still think one of the runners should have Wrestle. Because there's just nowhere on a Dwarf team you get Wrestle if it's not a runner. And I think Wrestle's a really, really, really important skill.
Yes, I would agree. But it's not terrible. 2 block, nobody's going to argue over 2 block.
No, I know.
Runners. But it's nice to have a bit of diversity.
Couple of guard coming through. That's really good. Mm-hmm. Glad that he took guard before Mighty Blow. It's an easy trap to fall into. Don't do that. Tim Pix's Rot Fiends. How are we doing? We've got 3 rerolls. We've got 4 warriors. We've got 3 Pestigors. This is actually like where time starts getting good. I don't know. Come on, why did you take? No, you know what? I know why I took Mighty Blow after taking. You know what? It's not. That's not even the level that bothers me. This dodge on this Nurgle warrior.
It is, and I just wanted to wait till you got to it.
See this Nurgle warrior, right? He's gonna
if it was a Black Orc.
No, if it was a Black Orc, it would still be a bad decision.
Yeah.
This dodge, right? I understand the temptation to take dodge when you roll a double on one of these like strength 4 pillar players, but it's your second skill. Like, you need a million.
Guard or Mighty Blow.
Guard, Mighty Blow, or Mighty Blow Guard.
Yeah.
Well, then you need. No. You need guard to. You only get right. Nurgle are a weird team. They have potentially 9 positionals with strength access, but they only ever really end up with 5 guard unless Rotters get doubles.
Yeah.
So you need guard early on warriors because it's really the beast and the warriors are the only players that reliably carry guard. And now he's looking at another 14 SPP before he can even think about guard. And if you take guard, then my word, you're never getting Mighty Blow. I don't like dodge on warriors unless it's like 5th, 6th skill. Personally. And I'll tell you for why as well. Because when you've only got 1 dodge on your team, and it's not someone who's regularly going to be relied on. This isn't an offensive dodge. This isn't a dodge that you're actively going to be using the dodge skill.
It's a survival dodge.
It's a survival skill. It's a layer of defense, right?
Yeah.
However, most opponents usually have a tackle player.
Yeah.
Usually, normally 1 to 2 tackle players, right? And all that happens is that 1 to 2 that one tackle player goes, well, the only player on the opposing team is that warrior with dodge, so I guess I'm just going to make his life hell for the entire game.
It's also the fact that when he does get guard, it's still easily removed. Although if they roll a defender down with stumble, they won't knock him down. They'll still be able to remove him from applying guard to most situations because he doesn't have stand firm to stay in place. I was going to say 3 Pestigors, but only 1 block and no block on the other 2. Would you have went 3rd Pestigor this early?
It's tempting to get them as early as possible, but I think
you need protection on them.
This recap is turning into like a Nurgle masterclass.
Well, that's what we know.
Well, I think it's just we're seeing someone who, obviously, Nurgle's such a hard team to start with. Yeah. It's easy to fall into some of the pitfalls. The problem is, the 0 out of 6 Pestigor, he ends up on line fodder duty because he doesn't have any skills, and you kind of still need to develop, because block isn't enough.
No.
And Mighty Blow's strength is great, but you need a 3rd skill.
Yeah. You need block
move,
on it.
Move on. Let's look at the new guy. Seriously though, Timpix, if you want more pointers, join the Nurgle Discord. It's actually really, really good. There's a ton of experienced Nurgle coaches in there who can provide you with advice. I'm in there too.
I'm there, but I'm neither experienced, so I don't know what I'm doing with Nurgle.
But also, you can just PM us if you want some advice, because there's a ton with Nurgle. This team, wow.
Like, it's. Can we call it a team? Axel, welcome to the division again.
Welcome to the division. Here's a bunch of Kaz. Are they bad Kaz?
A movement bust on an Agi.
The movement bust on the Agi
bust on a lineman.
Well, the Agi bust on the lineman's moot. That's non-existent. The MNG is fine. You know what? Right? It's not a terrible looking team, is it? You can understand why it could put a dent in Demir Nichols' plans, especially with that Yeti.
Yes, I was about to say with Ugr the Wild.
Ugr.
That's going to scare quite a few teams.
I have to say, what scares me about this team, is the 2 rerolls.
Yeah. That is a bit... But you are full block almost. Also, the Ulfs both 1 SPP... Well, one of them 1 SPP away from block. And the other a bit of development to go. But it's a team very close to quite a lot of development, though. If you notice... The Yeti's 3 away, the Zerkers 2 away, the Ulfs 1 away, 2 linemen are 1 away.
Who, if he plays one of the more squishy guys, like one of the elves next, his team could explode with development very, very quickly. The elf team could also explode from being punched in the head by half-naked men. So there is that too. Win-win, maybe?
Win-win, yes. But welcome to the division. We look forward to following your progress.
I'm looking forward to it immensely. Speaking of elves... Ooh, hello.
Oh, Zinj.
Oh, that's a dead kicker.
I'm not looking at the dead kicker. I'm looking at the war dancer that Zinj probably regrets having sidestep on.
No, you know what? Actually, no.
RG5 sidestep.
Quite good for surfing. Quite good for surfing unsuspecting players.
Yes,
but yeah, sidestep. I said to him. I said this to him when he took it. Sidestep is a really, really bizarre first choice.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't hurt you having tackle, even though you've got strip ball tackle on the other one.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. You can't say no to RG5.
Yeah. No,
but yeah,
oh god.
I would love him to take Frenzy and just be like, sideline cage, you say?
Yeah, exactly. 2+, you go by. But yeah, catcher with strength 3 gets blocks as well. That is also really nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's, I say, unfortunate for Terendil, because you like having kick on Wood Elves, you don't like having AV6 on Wood Elves.
No. And I think Zinch is probably just saving up that extra 20k till he can actually buy the 3rd roster reroll, and then he doesn't have to worry about...
Yeah, no, I would like that a lot. I would also like him to stop taking block on his lineman. Because, right, okay, this is another teachable moment, I think. Dodge on a lineman, in general, is a better first skill than block. Because you're not playing a team that maximises 2 dice blocks every turn. You're playing a team that disengages and strategically attacks certain positions. Dodge helps with that. On top of that, if your opponents don't... I know there's a dwarf team in the division, so don't even start. But if you're playing an opponent who doesn't have a lot of block, having dodge is the equivalent of having blodge against a non-blocker, because if they take the both down, they end their turn. So they very rarely take the both down. So having dodge is as good as you having blodge, because you can't get knocked down on stumbles, and you can't get knocked down on both downs if they don't have block themselves. Whereas having block, not as good.
And this ends Metal's teachable moment portion of the recap.
So I love dodge first what else, because it gives you much more mobility and reliability. That's just me. Let's have a look at Demu and Nickel. I wonder if he's leveled his Saurus yet.
He still hasn't really done that.
No, but he has. Look, he's got 3 block Saurus, and one of them's 15 out of 16. It's almost got guard.
I know.
Or tackle.
He still has that rubbish Croxagore though.
I know he does. It's done like 1 Kaz in 2 weeks.
Oh, now here's the thing, Metal. Strength 3 Skink into Sidestep.
I mean, what else do you take from the Agi family? Agi skills are actually quite bad if you start with dodge.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, what else would you take?
You just can't. I don't hate sidestep at all, to be honest.
I don't think you have a choice.
Actually,
on anything else. It's
makes him kind of terror, because if your opponent like sideline cages, you run in, surf, and then get the sidestep. Yeah, when they punch you back, so you can't be counter served. Love it.
Yeah,
actually, that's the synergy I'm looking for.
Yes, that is indeed.
5 out of 6 on Channing Taipan, 4 out of 6 on Komodo Reeves, so they're still very much 1 Kaz each away from getting more block, and it's all about what Snake Gyllenhaal rolls, and that's where I'll consider my opinions of Demu Nickel.
Guard
or tackle.
Guard.
I really like tackle on the first Saurus.
Guard.
I like block, tackle, mighty blow as my first developed Saurus, because you don't really need guard, because you're the biggest dog in the division anyway. You've got more strength than anyone.
Yes, but you've also got a whole load of Nurgle in your division.
Yeah, but the Nurgle aren't taking guard.
Yes, but you've also got to think of next season, Metal, where you will face Chaos and you will face Nurgle that have got more guard and Claw Mighty Blow.
Yeah, but you've got to get there. Like, it's clear Demu Nickel wants to win now, and I think tackle will help you win now more, because there's 2 Wood Elves, a Skaven, a High Elf, and an Underworld in your division.
Yep, guard will help you win this division and possibly get to
and there's also that Nurgle there's also that Nurgle warrior that you can punch as well.
Yeah, with that. But it won't win you anything else. Guard, Demu Nickel.
Jumping into Pachulo, 2 wrestle, got run a stilt, a block, and a block big hand MNG. That's okay.
Healthy bench as well.
You know what? It's healthy. The only thing that's not healthy in this team is the development. You know exactly what this team reminds me of? Remember Crystal Hunter last season?
Oh God, Crystal Zero SPP Hunter.
Yeah, like
it's a team. I'm going to say this again. It needs SPP on the Storm Vermin,
and you know what? It really needs money in the bank. Because oh, good God, it's scary having zero gold pieces on a Nurgle team.
It's Skaven team,
team,
you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, when there's Nurgle kicking around, Nurgle are quite good at beating up Skaven.
Yep.
I'm impressed that he's doing so well, considering he's got such a little development.
It's the SPP Hunter build, you know what I mean? We are Skaven, we don't need SPP, we win.
And then 2 weeks before the end of the season, everyone levels.
Yeah, they implode, yeah.
Right, Rideable Llama is such a nice team. He's done an Ezekiel, dude. He's done an Ezekiel, though.
What?
Like Devil Space, he's got the plus move. Like,
stop it!
That should be Mighty Blow. But otherwise, no, great looking team. But block on both his throws, I like.
No,
extra arms.
We're going to have a teachable moment here, Metal. We're going to have another teachable moment here. Underworld need 2 things: killer blitzers and players. You have players, you need killer blitzers. That means Mighty Blow, Claw, Tackle, Pile On. You can switch one for Pile On to first, then Tackle if you had to, but blitzers don't need movement.
What I would say is
throwing.
What I'd add to that is what they need is two things: killer blitzers and utility players. And you don't put your utility on your blitzers. You put your utility on the throwers and the linemen.
Yes.
Which
So
is why
stop
you
taking stat-ups that are not strength on blitzers. Even then, I possibly wouldn't take strength because you take horns. And it does the same job, but costs less.
I might take strength because it's pretty good.
It is, but it's still... If you're underworld, you're min-maxing.
No, true. If you're in the world, you're probably better off having horns because it's the same thing for 20k rather than 50k. Although strength helps you in situations where you
should never be getting hit. You should never be getting hit.
Sometimes against Underworld, people get like 2 or 3 cars and then just base all your players, and then you go, oh, okay, well I guess I'm dead then. So strength helps in that situation. Movement.
The babe that you get from not having strength probably helps keep the kilos on the pitch, though.
Movement probably doesn't help.
No.
Much at all, to be honest.
Stop it!
But I like the rest of the team. I like the rest.
I do as well. I do as well. I like the troll as well.
Felon John's going to be causing some trouble. Tentacles block, great. That's absolutely a stand firm troll next, isn't it?
Oh yes.
You don't put the. I know it's tempting to put the claw on him, but if he gets to 31, you put stand firm on him. Oh god, you do.
Yeah.
Because it's just a nightmare. Then block, stand firm, tentacles. If you get doubles, that's when it's okay to take dodge. Right there. Because it's just a nightmare.
Or do you take tackle, so it's a block, tackle, tentacle, so if they do get out, they've still got to roll.
Yeah, they don't have
elves
the dodge
would
skill.
hate
Oh my
that.
god. Speaking of things that elves hate, it's dead players. Hi, Ricky. Oh god, what happened? This poor thrower, by the by.
Ricky, oh no. Yeah.
Have you seen this throw? It's an arm. It's a double serious concussion.
Double armor. It's the double armor busted thrower.
It's time. Ricky, it's time to let him go quietly into the night. Just slip. Just let him slip gently away. Replace him. You've got 100k in pocket.
No, because you're going to need to buy the third reroll.
No, you need to throw more than the third reroll. You need to throw a lot more than a third reroll. The thrower can be the third reroll after 6 SPP. You need
not if the
to
next
throw.
one gets armor 6 though.
Oh god, I feel so bad for this team. It's like it's cursed.
Apart from that, it's a really nice team though.
It's looking really good, isn't it? It's so hard to be like
It's a plus strength character. That's brilliant. You know what I mean? Get it leap, get it wrestle. It's a AG5 lineman. Make him your thrower.
Dodge.
Buy the reroll. Make the lineman.
No, you know he's clearly going wrestle next, and he's going the all leap. No, wrestle then leap. Wrestle then leap. He's the nonsense machine. He's the your ball is my ball guy. He's not the quarterback.
Your ball is my ball. My players are dead.
I've got an armor value 6. Thrower. I feel so bad for Ricky. It's just like it's funny, right? It is funny.
It's fun. It is like I hope you do see the humor as well. Ricky's probably going there. I know, guys. I know.
Trust me, this is my life.
That rookie blitzer still hasn't leveled. I know.
Right, trust us, mate. Elf life can be hard, but you've got some really good players, and it's okay. It's kind of like elves work on evolution, right? Like
yes,
like elf evolution. The way it works is
you play elves. You have a crap season. You hate them.
No,
and then
you let
roll
all
dwarves.
the rubbish. No, you let all the rubbish players die. Then it's survival of the fittest. The rubbish players die. You get some good players like the strength guy and the agi guy, and they do well and win you some games. You get some money. You buy some more elves. Half of them die. The other half get good level ups, and then after a while, you meet a Chaos Dwarf team. Your entire team dies, and you re-roll to Chaos Dwarfs.
Metal. We're going to have to stop and not go to Ginger Wolf's team next because you're going to have another teachable moment, and you're not going to like what you're going to have to say to him.
Oh, Ginger Wolf. Right, okay, so are we looking at Mosh Ninja?
Oh, yeah. We'll save Ginger Wolf till last, will we? Mosh Ninja.
You know what? This team's looking pretty good.
It is, considering the start it took. 2 rerolls, Apo, leader, 3 reroll team.
Yeah.
Both war dancers.
He's got guard on the pitch.
Tackle, guard on the pitch, block, a bit of thrower as well to try and get up.
Kick. This is a great looking team.
Exactly. It is
considering like Mosh Ninja did have that really rough start. I'm really happy to see him come around and really kind of end up in a good spot.
Definitely, yes.
I'm a fan. Well done, mate.
Exactly. Excellent. Right.
A couple of vanity passes, a couple of touchdowns, and you really are golden, to be honest.
Let's go to your teachable
Ginger.
10 minutes.
What's he done?
There's multiple things you're going to look at this.
Beast is good.
Yep. What's after the beast that you're not going to like?
Well, yeah, we've already discussed dodge. We've already discussed
what's on cheese that you're not going to like?
We've already discussed. I think I was like, well, maybe we haven't. Don't do that. Block. It's always block. You know what, right? Actually,
and then the Pestigons.
I did this. I've done this. Okay, like I had my Nurgle team. I took all 4 of my Chaos Warriors Mighty Blow first. It's miserable. It's the worst decision. I'm not just saying this to bash on at you and go, ooh, you should, trust me, right? It sucks watching your best players, 1 in 9, fall over and be utterly useless for the next 2 turns because they're completely out of position because they have 1 movement when they stand up. It sucks. And then they GFI and fall over again and you're like, oh my god, I hate this guy with Mighty Blow. He's an idiot, why didn't I take block? And I'm just trying to help you not have that. Sausage, you know what? I'm okay with having
you don't need Agi for your killer. That's fine. The
rest is fine.
Yeah,
he's fired his rotters that aren't Pokemon to try and keep his TV down, and I don't hate that. It's not time to bloat just yet.
No.
And I like the fact that he kept his Pokemon. That's pretty cool. The block and the wrestle on the other 2 Pestigors is great.
It's getting the levels on the other 2 warriors. Like, so, Butter really needs a handoff. Get him blocked.
Or a Rando Kaz would be even better. But really
once you have 4 block warriors, your life's so much easier.
It's amazing.
Because then you can focus on developing your Pestigors into your killer, your retriever, your carrier,
and yeah, the warriors kind of look after themselves a lot more, and then you can spend the time on the other guys. Let's go over to that's 5A's tipping comp. Let's go over to 5G's tipping comp.
Where's Zinj the machine?
And add our results. So we are not add results. Add our tips. What week are we on? Week 7, right?
8.
8. We missed week 7. Ugh. Sorry about that, boys. Now we can't tip Sacrifice the Knife versus the Rotfiends because they played. Gut and Run versus Tyrion's Trial by Combat. Now this is very much a case of, are the rats going to explode or are they going to run circles around the dwarves? And I kind of feel like they're going to explode because it's the Skaven Knife.
I'm going to tip Tyrion's Trial by Combat.
Yeah, I am too, and I don't like doing it. But I'm gonna do it. Now, this next game, right, is the game that the Stuco Dragons really needed. Right? If they needed one opponent this division, it was probably Wood Elves, right? Because they're desperately in need of getting some of that SPP back.
Yeah.
And a big old shootout. All I'm saying is, you would probably... I'm not going to tell people how to play, but I would strongly imply that you would be insane to stall in this matchup.
Yes.
Just saying. That all being said, there's more Wood Elves than there is High Elves, so I'm probably giving it to the Wood Elves.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but this is the game where you kind of get those SPPs in that you need.
On the flip side, this is the game that Mosh Ninja didn't need.
Doesn't want.
because it's like, I've just got back to 11 men, guys. I'm
get
great.
To face Nurgle with Claw Mighty Blow and more Mighty Blow and more Mighty Blow.
That all being said, I'm probably giving it to the Wood Elves because I feel like they can handle... I feel like this is Mosh Ninja's game now. He's got his rerolls, he's got his 11 players. Nurgle are truly awful at handling the ball. This is his game to win.
So I'm going to tip that as a draw. I think Disturbing Presence, if it's raining, the Mighty Blow could kick in. I think it's going to be tough, but I think it might just be a draw.
Okay, and the Blazing Whiskers taking on not La Ganaderia Agapito. They're taking on the Removal Boys, people.
The Delivery Boys.
I'm going to put it on the Norse.
That's a big shout.
I think he made a statement when he arrived in the division, was like, I'm going to win this game, I'm going to do well, I'm going to turn up. And I don't know, we don't have that much history there, so I'm giving him, we don't know much about him, but I'm going to say he's going to be this dark horse that's going to come out and terrorise the division. And I like that storyline, so that's where I'm going with that one.
That's a good shot then. That's a good shot. I think I'm going to tip the Blazing Whiskers to put the Norse back into their place and possibly get some development.
Right, let's take a look at the leaderboard right quick. Zinj
needs the win.
He's pretty top. Pretty top. JJ Cash has finally stopped tipping, to be fair. That's nice. It's nice. Yeah. It's nice that Cash has stopped tipping the wrong division.
Yeah, after doing it for 5 weeks in a row.
By me and you are very, very close in this diff.
That's mainly because everybody except Zinj got 3 points last round, and I find that unbelievable. So Zinj must have put tips in early.
No, you know what? You know what's happened is because we didn't recap, everyone went, oh, we don't have to tip. Right? Even if there's no recap, you have to tip. Just to let you know, you have to tip.
So well done, Zinj.
Good job, Zinj. Good job. Well done. You've probably won this. Well done, mate. Anything to add?
No, just Division GMan 5G. Just you stay classy now.
Oh, for God's sakes. It's not even funny anymore. That's the thing.
It really is. It always is funny.
Like, yeah, good luck in the rest of your games this week, my dudes. Thank you, McNugget, for being an idiot.
Thank you very much. Stay classy now.
We'll see you next week, folks.